Alright, so we're going to look at jab counters. We're going to look at the elbow destruction in particular. It's one of my favorite jab counters. If he throws a jab, I'm simply going to raise my elbow and I'm going to let him run into the point of that elbow and destroy that hand. It's named elbow destructions. We're going to look at three variations. One is I stay on line. Second is I step off a line out of a 90-degree angle. So one is going to let me hammer back in out of the chin or against the carotid. And the other option is coming in and kicking out the leg, kicking that knee. On line, off line, entering back in, off line, taking that knee, and then stepping back in.
Second thing to think about is if he feeds the jab, this hand is not necessarily trying to guide it, it's just kind of there's a check. Let's say I kind of mess up and it goes between, I want this hand there to check it. But it does kind of help guide it sometimes. So if he feeds the jab right in here, you have kind of three basic options. You've got the elbow, the hands up, horizontal, and down. And each one of those gives you a different follow-up counter with a hammer fist potentially. So if you feed the jab, here's this, and hammer. Horizontal, hammer, or downward, and here's an upward hammer. That hammer doesn't necessarily have to be an attack. It could also be, he feeds the jab and I feed this, and that cross is coming in, it might just catch that on the inside. So that's something to think about when you're doing the elbow destructions.
We're going to take that idea of the elbow destruction and we're going to put it into what I call an intelligent sparring session. So I'm going to feed my partner Chad just jabs and crosses. I'm going to make him move like I'm actually trying to hit him. And all he's got to do is put in that elbow destruction on him. Now he's been nice to me because it still hurts if I hit him full force with these boxing gloves on. And now he's got to pick these up a little actively.
And one thing to remember, when he feeds this jab across, I'm still doing some pretty basic footwork. I lean my weight to the rear, or I'll blade the body away. I'll blade the body away, turn it away. Because he throws the jab, I'm still in range. It's hard to get the elbow destruction in with this, but if I shift my weight to my rear, I have time and space to fit that in. Or if he feeds the jab across, right? I'm blading the body, I'm just tacking this on. So feed the jab on across. Alright, so here I'm just going to feed him off the pads. So if I feed him a jab, he can maybe do the upward elbow, and then I can feed this here, so he can have a hammer. If he wants to, he can deliver a follow-up with that rear elbow, really anything you want to tack on. We're just kind of playing that elbow, but it can be millions of things. So, elbow destruct, hammer, elbow. He can go horizontal, right? Or he can do downward. And I put this here, I present it as my chin. So if we see it in application, it goes boom, bang. It's a nice kind of invisible shot that comes right up to the fences, because most people, when they're covering, almost no matter what martial art they do, there's this triangle, right? And this here is open. So I feed that, he goes elbow destruction. Even if I've got my hands up, it's really easy to get right in through those defenses. So that upper hammer is a really easy way to kind of get into those defenses. So there's a few ideas you can play on the pads there.